that there are certain times when certain casks are available to you, and it's an absolute privilege to be able to go back in history to see what people were doing kicking casks every day to check they weren't leaking. So, Dean, please show us what this is.
Absolutely. So this is a part of our brand new Ultra series, which our Ultra series are bottlings of our masterpieces of time. Now, ultra aged, ultra matures. Here we have the 50-year-old single malt from the closed Caperdonich Distillery. So this really is a time capsule of spirit that we have.
I love conservative yet smart.
And that's
It shouts loud, but it's quiet. It's like a Maine Coon, a cat. It's a really big presence, but has a tiny meow. Like this, it's a really smart presence, but it's not.
That was it. You know, we wanted to go for that understated kind of
Not over the top.
presentation. You know, it's focusing on the liquid. There's no bells and whistles here. Just classy, sophisticated packaging that, you know, clearly signifies that this is something to, you know, this is a good weighted stopper.
It weighs as much as this does, but
Really, yeah. But yeah, the presentation of the liquid here, 70 cl decanters.
and also the best thing of all. Sorry, I have to give massive credit here because Murray McDavid as a company could have made more bottles of this, but they chose not to. This is a 50-year-old at 47%. 47.1. I love the people who are 0.1 specific. Respect. 40.1%, you're my guys. So, and here we have a sample of a 50-year-old
Here's
Caperdonich.
one we prepared earlier. Yes. A natural strength there at 47.1. Full
Wow,
maturation in ex-bourbon. So, you know, when I was writing the tasting notes for this around 8 months ago now, I just could not believe.
What you think you think the palate is like freshly signed divorce papers? Okay, I appreciate it, but
Forever the Joker. Forever the Joker. No, I mean, it's the maturation of old single malts. Sometimes you hear stories about palates falling a little bit flat, aromas, you know, just kind of dulling a little. I could not believe the vibrancy that's still present. You know, those concentrated citrus oils that just pop. And, you know, that's, I had 2-3 hours writing these tasting notes.
I'm glad you said this. Because what you're telling us is that in the industry, we don't have to immediately, in the space of 10 seconds, develop taste notes. And we can't get, because the thing is when you present whiskey and you show someone, there is always that, it's almost like countdown. Dun, 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 dun. If you don't get your tasting notes out in 10 seconds, you, sir, are not from the industry. You don't know anything. But I'm glad to hear that you sit there for 2-3 hours because things can change in you.
Certainly.
And this here, and the tough thing about having 40-year-old whiskey and 50-year-old, we've got one tongue, we've got one surface, and you've got one brain that can take information from what you've got here, process it, send it back, give some bullshit notes, come back, and then wait a while, then call your friend up and say, I got it wrong. It's actually not leather at all, sandalwood. It's actually cedarwood and freaking lemongrass. So I'm glad you said this, most of all. Because we don't have to do it in 10 minutes.
No, really not, because, you know, sometimes, even when writing tasting notes for the Benchmark series, you know, I'll be going down a kind of channel pursuing a particular flavor note that I can't quite reach the vocabulary of. So I'll go down that rabbit hole and kind of lose trail of other scents in there. So for these kind of pedigrees, I always, you know, come back a couple of times, cut through a couple of hours and approach with fresh senses. And, you know, the oils that are concentrated in this spirit over that half a century, you know, is, you want to be sticking that, yeah, no, really stunning.
So you smell lovely. like a 50-year-old freaking, so how do you know? How do you have tasting notes like that? A palate. Anyway, that's true. But I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm trying not to
I just
disservice.
realised he's just sticking his fingers in half a century-old single malt whiskey from a closed distillery.
Sure, not. No, my fingers are fine, but I'm trying to see the oiliness.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I'm checking if chill filtered, and it's not chill. I'm seeing if it's cheating. That's fine. But I'm also trying not to rush it because I don't want to start bang it down like the guy in Vilnius in Lithuania. Different story for another time.
Oh, another story. Yeah.
So on this, I have a really musky cereal smell. The lemon is there. And it's this old newspaper, not too old, like last week. That's still there. And I'm trying just not to rush it because I don't want to suddenly... You know the game. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. Oh, wow. I'm back in the room.
Your spirit left your body there for a moment.
Almost, yeah. I had to yank myself back down. But wow, this closely reminds me of a certain Speyside marketing malt that I tried back in February of a 1946, 52 years old. And this does not taste like the brand that it claims. This tastes like something else. Wow, that cask, that old wood taste is now it's hanging around like at 3 a.m., like someone at 3 a.m. that doesn't want to leave the club. This hits different, like not 47%. Stop me from talking. This is 47%, but it feels like a 54. So.
And that's what I kind of alluded to with the concentration of the oils there.
It's rich as hell.
Exactly, the strength
Not
might
light
be low.
rich.
Yeah,
it's not a sherry rich.
No,
because it's really refreshing to have an older whiskey that isn't a sherry cask that's black, right? So sometimes the older ones that are lighter get less credit than something that's just darker, just for the sake of what we attribute with value.
It's a magical dram, as you've kind of found out there. The concentration of oils, those oils are just going to open up, as you know, as it holds in the glass and your palate. You know, these oils are going to be on the palate. You're breathing, new things are happening.
You ever seen the film Stargate?
Yes, I have.
So do you remember Stargate when he enters straight away and pokes his head through, and then Daniel Jackson pokes his head through, and then suddenly there's a small break, pause, and then suddenly down the wormhole, and then it's taking that ride, and then kicks you out the other side with a coughing and spluttering with a load of ice on you for some reason. Remember from a Kurt Russell film? And this is how I describe this. You put it in your mouth straight away, and it's like there's a small respite, and then suddenly it goes, get ready for it, and the roller coaster goes, and then you get taking that small ride in your mouth. It's like, hi ABV, and then it suddenly goes, it's not. I can handle this, and it goes bang again, and like, wait, I'll try to talk. You interrupted me, and then you get out of it, and just get. I think
you're gonna have to hire him to write the tasting notes for the next one.
there's nothing. It's that. It does it every time. It's the same thing.
Just think about that. That's 50 years of flavour that is developing on your tongue. 50 years of flavour.
I can taste it. I can taste it in black and white.
Unbelievable.
that is incredible, but it does it every time. It's like it's great to see another of those whiskies that's like an experience. It's a journey that happens. And if I had a glass of this, and I bought this every so few weeks or so, I'd be happy to. You know what? I'm going to revisit the Caperdonich 50, and that's what these are for. These aren't to bust out in an evening and get through half a bottle. The point is that the appreciation from this doesn't come in the let's tank a glass up to the edge. It comes in a little bit, so that you can, with a little bit, it's enough to taste it and then appreciate it. So I'm really privileged, and thank you so much for letting us try the 50 Caperdonich.
No, pleasure. It's just astonishing to be able to share, such a kind of iconic liquid from the Scotch whisky industry. 50-year-old Caperdonich, Lost Distillery.
Wow, even on that little sip it does that. But so highly impressive. So I cannot give Murray McDavid enough props, or to you. You are Murray McDavid today. Now, and absolute pleasure. Thank you for seeing us. And
yeah, well, do it again soon.
Right now.
Works.